Welcome back to another edition of the Texas Rangers Prospect Profile, a mini-series we do here within the Rangers franchise, where we go over top prospects from AA Frisco up to AAA Nashville. Last time we went over right-handed pitching prospect in Jordan B, and now we're going to be staying down in AAA Nashville to go over his teammate in outfielder Steele Walker. Walker is a 23-year-old outfielder. Like I said, he bats left-handed and also throws left-handed. I have no idea how he ended up as a lefty-righty in-game, but I will obviously be changing that. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighs 190 pounds, and he was drafted in the second round back in the 2018 entry draft by the Chicago White Sox out of the University of Oklahoma. And he also went to high school in Prosper, Texas at Prosper High School, and he was acquired by the Rangers in the Nomar Mazara trade back in December of 2019. So Walker, Texas Ranger, is a big possibility in the future. And as far as Steele's ratings go, he is a 64 overall, B potential. And before I even started this series, I wanted him to be a contributor because of his name. It's too perfect of a name to not end up as a key part of a Texas Rangers team, and also the fact he's actually a Texas guy. But he had an incredible season in 2020 down in AA, so I naturally progressed to being in AAA this year, and he hasn't been nearly as good here in 2021. Still pretty decent. He's slashing 286, 344, and 420. That adds up to a 764 OPS, but not the worst slash line in the world of all time, but obviously he's not clobbering everything either like he was last year in AA. And as a lefty bat, he is just going to be a better hitter against right-handed pitching. That just makes sense. That's how most lefties are. He has 54, 660 contact power against righties, while 43, 46 against lefties. So obviously it's just much better against righties. He's got Jock Peterson's stance in this game, so he could end up being like a Jock Peterson as more of like a really, really good platoon guy than anything else. I'd hope that his lefty bat keeps up more than Jock's did in his career, because Jock is like a totally different hitter against righties and lefties. One thing that Steele Walker doesn't have that Jock Peterson does, though, is a pretty high plate discipline, so he's never really going to walk too much. He has been walking a decent amount this year with a 344 OBP, so I would like to see his plate discipline and his vision improve quite a bit, but hopefully they will continue to improve as he is only 23 with a B potential. And as far as his defense goes, according to his MLB.com prospect page, it says he is a capable center fielder. Not so much in this game. He is a definite left fielder. It's pretty obvious that's his destiny, to be in left field, because he does not have the arm you would like to see for a right fielder. Definitely does not have the fielding ratings to be a center fielder. A 51 fielding with a 54 reaction, and then a 57 arm strength with a 52 arm accuracy. Definitely not elite fielding there, but fielding does tend to go up pretty consistently over the years, so in a couple of years he could easily be into the 60s with those attributes. And then he's also not the fastest guy in the world either, but he's also not slow at a 54 speed, so he's not going to be out there just getting gunned down on the bases all the time because he just can't run. He definitely can run the bases. And as far as Steele's future goes with this Texas Rangers organization, left field is a spot that doesn't really have a set plan for the future, unlike a few other positions where we obviously are trying to get Josh Young to be our third baseman, Bryce Terang to be the shortstop, Sam Huff to be the catcher, and then guys like Hans Krause and Colby Allard to be pitchers. Left field is a spot that doesn't really have a set guy to be that guy in the future. I would like Steele Walker to end up being the guy, but it's not a sure thing. We have Jordan Brewer, who's also down in the minor leagues, who we acquired from the Astros last year in the Robinson Chirinos trade. He could either play each corner outfield position, or he could end up as a first baseman. Nick Solak could end up moving to a corner outfield spot, or even center field, while, let's say, Gallo ends up on the corner, or Gallo stays in center and Solak moves to a corner outfield spot to open up that second base spot for somebody. So we have plenty of options available to us at that left field spot. It's just a matter of seeing how things shake out, and if there's one thing that we've learned so far in this franchise with how unpredictable things have been, it's probably that it's best not to stick to like one set-in-stone plan, because it seems like everything you thought was going to happen in this series is just not how it has happened so far, with guys just not performing, prospects who probably should be performing better just not performing up to snuff. So just a few things to keep an eye on with the left field situation as things go on throughout this franchise. But with that being said, that is going to wrap things up here for this edition of the Texas Rangers prospect profile of outfielder Steele Walker. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying I would expect everybody to be watching the UFC fights.